Hi, welcome to the channel. Do you want to know how to feed your fish with BSF? Well, why don't you comment in the description below if you're interested in that as a cheap source of protein for your fish. Here in this video we're going to show you how we do it here at Rukungiri out in Uganda, and I hope you find this useful. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe, and do comment below if this is something you're interested in. Measuring your BSF to see how much you can feed them. Samuel's just taken these from the farm, so we're just going to have a look at them and see how many we've got. A bucket of maggots, that's what we like to see. These are good, so we're going to weigh them. So how many is that? That's 2.6. Okay, so that's enough for one meal. Yeah, very good.
1 meal to 1 bone.
How many kilograms do you want per day, Sam?
I always want 6, but 6 is what can.
Yeah. So we're not, you need to work out how many kilograms of BSF you need for your fish, what inclusion rate. So we're going for 80%. That works out currently with the fish we've got, the size they are, looking for about 6 kilograms per day. And you feed them in 2 lots. So this is about half of one feed. Sam's feeding the fish. That's about 2.6 kilos, and that's container is half a kilo, Sam? Half a kilo of feed. You can see the fish coming up. And yeah, so this is the main source of protein for them. So we're doing 80%. And Sam's trained the fish, so they actually arrive roughly here. So this is part of the pond, and you'll see that he's feeding them. This really reduces your costs if you can produce the BSF you need. And I'd say the breeding is much harder for BSF, but actually the growing is really quite straightforward. The only thing that doesn't get eaten is just fertilising the pond, and you can just see like how intense they come up. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice to see.
1.5. Yes. But because now those left, I want to put 1.5. Because the other one around 3.5 the kilo of the larvae. So now since I have 2.6, now I'm going to put 2 kilograms. I'm going to put 1.5 the other side. Here I've put the 500 grams. Then the rest I'm going to distribute it in the fish and the hopper, and also in the breeding side.
So we'll put some more over there where we've got our brood stock, because we're trying to make sure that they're fed as well, of course. So yeah, this is a good solution if you've got pond-based systems. I explained that in a previous video, so do go and have a look at that video. It will tell you some of the methods that you're trying to employ when you're feeding your fish. But for us, you start with fertilisation. You can see here we've got our bag of fertiliser. Bag of fertiliser just down there. And that's the main source for ponds. You want to do that. It's the cheapest way to get some growth consistently for your fish. And then you move to a bit of pellets potentially, but I prefer you to use this. Start with some BSF. Look at that growth in the feeding action. See them floating. They don't stay long at all, these pellets, the BSF, because the fish are so hungry, they're looking for it. You can see here, look, they absolutely love these maggots. So we'll carry on feeding the fish. And when you're trying to feed, you need to feed at different rates. So when they're younger, you feed them much more frequently. But when they get to sort of, say, 40 grams, we're aiming for twice a day. So 9 o'clock, the temperature's a bit warmer, the fish are woken up a bit more active, and then they rest. Then they rest of the time they'll be eating the greens in the water, and then towards the end of the day, around 5 p.m. before the sun sets, we'll feed some more. So yeah, you feed them twice. You need to give them time to digest the food, and to absorb it into their stream. They also get used to it as well. So Samuel feeds from the same place, so he feeds from this bank, he feeds from that bank. You're checking the wind. If you're using pellets or even BSF, you don't. So this, you can see that they're coming into the shore a little bit. You see some of them floating. See if we can get, if we're lucky, we'll get one on camera eating. But you see them floating on the top. Most of them, of course, have gone far out, which is where you want, and then but eventually the wind will push them into the sides where it's harder for the fish to get to them. So you get very little like this. And because I'm standing here and talking, they can hear me. So there's just one that's just taken it there. But here, because I'm a bit closer, they might not come. They're nervous that I'm a predator. Yeah, you can see them enjoying their dinner. The other thing you need to do when you're feeding is you watching the behaviour of the fish. As you see, we just saw one jump. You don't actually. I don't know if you noticed the difference, but there was a much more intense feeding behaviour. So lots of them coming up, lots of excitement. Over time, that slows down, as a lot of them have eaten. They don't need to do it. So when you get that drop in fish behaviour, you need to be not feeding essentially, and the reason is it's just going to get wasted, and wasted feed is expensive. So I always say to farmers, you do your calculations, work out roughly what you should be feeding them, but that's a guide, not a rule. So you want to get close to that, but you need to watch your fish, make sure that they are eating the feed, because the feed's expensive, and the more you use, the more expensive your business is going to be, and it's just wasted. It causes water quality problems as well, to be honest, because it doesn't get eaten. So it's not just chuck and go. You need to calculate and then watch out. So here's feeding into the these are some of the brood stock F2s, so a second generation. We're growing up. We want 800 individuals, so we're just growing those up to size. The good thing about the happer is the feed that's in there will actually get eaten, because it's just, it's not going to sink through. So that's how it's feeding the BSF. Last little point, the size of your fish is important. Fish have got to be able to swallow them. So 40 grams is what we would recommend. Fish can start to swallow the BSF, they're big enough to swallow one. Actually, Sam's saying you can actually get even down to 20, but be a bit hit and miss. So yeah, it's pretty good, because the sooner you can get them on BSF, the better. As the fish show a bit of movement still, they can still do a bit more feed. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do comment below if you think BSF is something that you'd like to try, and you can get in touch with us. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.